Leslie here at the seashore on Nantucket Island, hanging out by the water side, just taking a look around, just wondering what I'll do with myself down here, just sticking my toes in the sand, noticing how cool and light it feels. Sand. That makes me wonder, what kinds of sand are here? Let's see. Well, we have this firm, moist sand, lots of shells on it. And we have this very cold, wet sand. But it's mushier. It moves around more easily. It's kind of drippy. Look how it changes color. The wet sand is dark. This moist, firm sand is kind of a medium tan color. As I step across this seaweed, I see this very light-colored sand. Oh my! And this is very fluffy. It just kind of slips through my fingers. That feels pretty good. I wonder what I can make out of sand today. Wonder what else I'll need to make something out of sand. I'm feeling creative. Oh wait, how about water? There's lots of water here. And I remember where the sand mixed with the water, it got kind of drippy. And then as it dried out a little bit, it got kind of firm. Maybe I can make something from drippy and make it firm. I'm going to close my eyes and think about that for a minute. Okay, I decided what to do. I scooped up a bowl of seawater and I've come over to a sandy place. It has dry sand, a few shells, and it also has a very flat rock. I think this rock will be quite nice for building a castle on. I'll add some sand to my water. Down here, where the sand is nice and fluffy, I'm just sprinkling the sand into the water. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, I'm spilling some. Oh, I just love the sound that sand makes. Okay, now I'm going to stir it up and try something else. Stirring. Oh, hi. Now I just let this sand and water mixture kind of drip through my hands. And I notice that it's beginning to pile up in interesting lumpy shapes. Oh, isn't that silly? Look at how the lumps and bumps kind of run and ooze. It feels so good on my fingers. Oh, and if I'm careful, I can really make a tall tower if I let some of the water drip out before I hit the castle. Look what I get. Ooh, it just kind of runs and drips and globs. Looks a little bit like a Christmas tree to me. Maybe I can make another part on it right here. Almost looks to me like little stones all piled on each other. My castle. my sand castle. made of sandstones. Oh, there's a nice point. I love it. Let me make another one. I think I'll start that over here. That drippy base. It just feels so good, just scooping up the water. Letting it run through my fingers, so nice and cool and kind of gritty but smooth at the same time. All depends on how I hold my fingers as to what kind of drips I get. Well, there. I kind of like that. I'm going to go see what I can find to decorate with. As I'm walking along, I see all of these shells again. And I'm thinking shells belong on sea creatures, on snails and clams and scallops and crabs. And all of these animals used to be alive. They used to be inside their shells, eating and moving, all part of the food chain and the ecosystem. I think I'll gather up some of them to decorate my sand castles. It's amazing how many kinds of life depend on the sea. I went down to the water and collected a lot of shells to build with, and I think they're very fascinating. I found this crab shell and a crab leg and a broken shell and a great number of these shells that are kind of the same but a little bit different color. And I'm fascinated that inside they kind of look like a boat to me. This bottom can rest in the water, and there's the top deck and the little place to go down below. I'll call them boat shells. And I found one larger creature, another kind of snail, and I found its shell. Kind of a goofy, fuzzy feeling shell. Let's see what I can do with those. And here is my beautiful sandcastle beach scene with my drippy castles and my boat shells. And I found some shells I call Grandpa's toenails. I even found a lifeboat to put inside my big boat. I have my little creature with a couple of eyes and a hat, holding on to Grandpa's toenails. There's her hand. I found some fragrant smelling beach roses and added petals around our pet crab. I decided that this yin-yang was beautiful. And I built a few more towers in the backyard. And then there you can see my half of a scallop shell next to that big soft rock. Looks like moss to me. A couple more little castles. And I built a fence all around it with a lot of boat shells. And I held them down with a little more sand because the wind is blowing things away here. Water tends to be smooth enough to let wind blow across it, and the wind can become quite strong. It can even make waves as the wind pushes the water along. That wind was also pushing over some parts of my drippy castles, so I had to build them again. I found that when they dry out, they don't stand up very well. they returned to soft, sifty sand. Drippy castles work better when they're wet. So, thank you for watching. Enjoy making your own drippy castles by the side of a reservoir, maybe Wrightsville Dam, by the side of a river, maybe the North Branch River. How about in your own backyard by your splashy pool with some of your play sand or soil? Try it with all kinds of soil and all kinds of decorations. I'm sure you'll discover some magic in whatever you have on hand. Bye-bye for now.